This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, beginning at verse 1, and it reads, Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of the music shall be brought low. I want to start off by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to call Loyam, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Racha, Kodesh B'Katham. I'm going to say double honors to my apostles, the elders of the great millstone who teach and do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Aqua out there listening and learning. Lord, willingly this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but whom subscribe to this truth. To you, I'll say shalom. So this is your brother Yahweh Sop out of the GMS Cleveland Church, a fellow servant. I'm coming to you with another lesson through the Spirit and through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This lesson is in regards to an article I saw on my Newsbreak app, and it, reads, Salakia. Always advertising. It says business Disney layoffs to be bloodbath, and this is a report. And that's why I pulled this Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 1, because it talks about remember thy Creator in the days of thy youth, before the evil day come. Don't try to run to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua when everything go bad. When things are good. Even Job said it. Job said, should we only expect good and not evil from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua? Roughly paraphrased. But when it says in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the keepers of the house are these elites behind the scenes, as well as these puppets in positions running this corporation, they're trembling because of all the things that's going on. Although a lot of this is orchestrated, the elites aren't trembling. They may be trembling. Well, not may, they are trembling at the fact that, they're trying to figure out, this great plan that they think they had came up with, which is really the plan of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're trying to figure out how we are keeping up with their plans that they've done in the dark. But the scriptures talk about what's done in the dark shall come to the light. I believe that's in the book of Luke. What's hid shall be, matter of fact, let me find it. I'm good at butchering the scripture, and I don't want to do that. It's a judgment for butchering and changing scriptures and whatnot. I think it's Luke and 12. This is the book of Luke chapter 12 verse 2, and it reads, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. It tells you in the in Amos chapter 3 and verse 7, it reads, surely the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So, this book, is unlike any other book because the fact this is a living book. The things written within it actually, come to pass, and that's why we are prophesying. Pro meaning before, facade meaning to say. We say things before they happen because this book, our book, the Bible, basic instructions before leaving earth, there's an acronym that sometimes is used with it, because at the end of the day it tells you in the scriptures that the whole duty of man is to fear the Most High and keep his commandments, and of course that's the whole duty of an Israelite man, but that's going to be the whole duty of all the men, the sons of men, which is the other nations, the sons of the Most High, which is, the Israelites, and the sons of the wicked, which is these red Hebrew Edomites who you ignorantly call the so-called white man. So it says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And the sound of the grinding is low because of the fact Disney says the layoffs to be a bloodbath. Now, Disney employs a lot of people. Matter of fact, let's look at how many people Disney employs. But I know it's a significant number. How many people does Disney employ? So it says 203,000 or 203,000, a decline from 2019. And what happened in 2019 and 2020? So they're not even showing the numbers now because of the fact, they're about to lay off, and they probably been laying off on the decline since, that P. Diddy happened, that P. Diddy. So it reads Disney's layoffs to be bloodbath. It says, given the uncertain economic climate impacting some of the world's largest companies, Disney is readying itself for sizable layoffs. A new report from a Hollywood trade now suggested the layoffs could end up being a bloodbath in the coming weeks. It's said at least one round of layoffs will be held before Disney's shareholders meeting on April 3rd, while a much larger round, the aforementioned bloodbath, will take place before the end of April. Ooh. So they're going to do one, and then they're going to do another one within like a month. Or, they're going to do one and then they're going to do another one within, a month, because we almost at the end of the month. Deadline, the trade that initially reported the news, also just suggested a third round of layoffs could be coming as well, though that hasn't been confirmed. Layoffs are expected across every facet of the company, with a potential focus in consolidating some units within the entertainment division. The initial report says Hulu, ABC Signature, and 20th Television are ripe for consolidation on both the business and content sides. Call Loyam La Yahba Shim Shai. Call Loyam La Yahba Shim Shai. Call Loyam La Yahba Shim Shai Bashim. Hakodas with the water Yahba Shim Shai. The water Yahba Shim Shai. The water Yahba Shim Shai Bashim. Hakodas with that. You just saw that spiritual 441. So back in the article, it says this reorganization. It says the cuts aren't news in of themselves, with the Disney CEO Bob Iger confirming in February upwards of 7,000 jobs will be cut as a part of a restructuring effort at the company. This reorganization will result in a more cost-effective, coordinated, and streamlined approach to our operations, Iger said on the company's earnings call in February. We are committed to running our businesses more efficiently, especially in a challenging economic environment, which you're going to have more challenging. The environment is going to get more and more challenging because of the fact, even in an industry like I work in, what you would consider the type of industry, like I work in the food beverage industry, and although the products that we deal with are considered essential, butter, milk, it's essential to a degree. I'm seeing how the sales aren't what they used to be when I first started this job. I'm looking at the hours I get done filling these orders, because I basically pull orders. So that means that people aren't spending as much because they can't afford to. I was going to do an article about, they was talking about a lot of people are putting their payments on buy now, pay later, BNPL. So they're using credit cards or whatever. When in actuality, when you credit cards are meant to buy something that's or something that you can afford at the moment, but it'll break it down in payments. But when you got to do that with everyday living, something that is a necessity, like your groceries, oh yeah, this shit over with. Should 7,000 employees be laid off, it would amount to 3% of Disney's entire workforce. It's expected such cuts could save the amounts upwards of $5.5 billion, a sum combining layoff savings with other cost-cutting measures across the company. So they trying to look at it like it's insignificant, But when people can't afford, Disney is for entertainment, for money, when people got money to spend. Disney knows something was up. I heard that Disney has an exhibit where they show like the future of money. They show money in the past and the future of it. And if I'm not mistaken, it looks like what the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone have been warning for years. You know, and now that I've basically came into the elders' labors. The things that me and like-minded individuals, you know, basically speak on pretty much on a day in day out. So yeah, um, so let me get this: the book of Isaiah 19, and I'm gonna start at verse 14. Because it reads, Isaiah 19 and verse 14, and it reads, "The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit." Verse 15, "Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do." Verse 16, "In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua of hosts, which he shaketh over it." So, a woman is considered feeble, they ain't gonna have no strength. You know, because what women find as feeble is basically being up under a man, being in subservience, when at the end of the day, that's one of the strongest things you can do. To be everything has a position, you know what I'm saying? The hand can't play the role of the foot, and the foot can't play the role of the hand, but they all work in conjunction with one another. Like a MMA guy or a boxer or a wrestler. They have to have coordination amongst their, their feet, their legs, and their arms and hands. Or otherwise, So, at the end of the day, Egypt is going to be, which America, aka modern day Egypt, is going to be as feeble, because once these people, it's already looking feeble, but once these people can't afford to take care of their homes and families and whatnot, these people going to lose it. And that's what Esau Edom is banking on. So I got one last scripture, because at the end of the day, it talks about evil and only evil coming. And when you go into that word evil is a compound word. Matter of fact, let me look at it and let me get it out of the I want to get it out of the blue letter. It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 7, and the point is verse 5, and it reads, "Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Also thou son of man, thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua power unto the land of Israel, the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations." All the idolatry and abominable sacrifices you've given to these, to these idols, all the abominations that Jake has partaken in just to, call themselves a part, or to succeed in Esau society. I believe the brother Itazawan from Men of Valor was just going into that. That elder brother was going into how, there's certain things that Jake partake into. Like when I've known, well, I've heard, stories of certain individuals that were basically, part of that, dark brotherhood, you know what I mean? And some of the things that they've had to partake in is lightweight, is abominable, and it's a reason why they basically push secrecy heavy. But when you think about the scriptures, like Yahweh Mashiach said, everything I've said before you, I've said openly. While these devils run around and do things in the dark, in the secret. But like I said, like Luke chapter 12 says, You know, all things that are hid shall be uncovered. You know, verse 4, and my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thy abomination shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, power and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. Let's go into that word evil. That ain't the word. So it should be the same word. Yeah, but it ain't showing you what the word is. Right. Right.
Strong's H 7451, Ra, Ra, and second entry, Ra, Ra, and third entry, Ra'ah, Ra'ah.
Right. So, so Ra, it's saying Ra, but we say Ra, right? Evils. Evil, say bad, evil, bad, disagreeable, agreeable, malignant, bad, unpleasant, evil, giving pain, unhappiness, misery, evil, displeasing, bad, of its kind, land, water, worse, worse or worst, sad, unhappy, evil, hurtful, unkind, vicious in disposition, wicked, evil, injury, wrong, distress, evil, misery, distress, injury. So when you go into the word evil, evil is a compound word. Calamity, bad, calamity. Eve, meaning time, ill, meaning bad. So we coming into bad times. And, you know, the layoffs and the job situation is nothing. Wait till, because all these things are working at the same time. You know, you got people not being able to have a job to buy things, but then you got also the people that got jobs. Well, it's already been a lot of these food processing plants basically, you know, being burnt down and all this different stuff. So even if you got the money, it's gonna be hard because you know what I mean. You might not be able to get the food. You know what I mean? You know. I mean, just think about it. Another situation that happened where you know, literally, we gotta, you know, be, you know, locked down, and through the spirit, I feel they gonna show you the devil really gonna show you his horns this time. You know, that first lockdown, you know, that wasn't really a lockdown. That was just to see how people was gonna react. This one's gonna be, you know, enforceable. They're gonna enforce this one. So, if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the laws, statutes, commandments of your power, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, or you will be destroyed. With that, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Loyam La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakadas Rakatham. I say double honors to my apostles, the elders of the great millstone who teach and do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akwat, as well as the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but whom subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Till next time I'm able to come with another lesson, I say shalom, shalom. Mawaf lababah, shalom.